Baby, the way I went in and let have on this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm gonna have to buy my own self an extra batch of tea to detox myself from this BS. Y'all do the same. Drop down in the description box if you want to purchase these products. You know what? I just got through watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm here to let y'all know I am real triggered. I'm kind of upset. I got a whole lot to say. A whole lot of people not gonna like it, and at this point I really don't care, because I'm here for the people. Want to talk about it? Here you go. Now, so girl, did you get into tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, baby? This thing got my emotions so charged. I'm not even waiting to Sunday, baby. The episode went off at 9 o'clock. It's 9:03. And I had to get you on the line to talk about what's going on. Now, let me start out by saying, thank the Lord. We finally got a real episode with some character development, because quiet as it's kept, they really could have kept Melody's baby special. This shit was weak, okay? It set up the story for the rest of the season. I guess this was an episode, bitch. Now, going into the episode, I'm not gonna lie to you. The blogs came out this week that Melody has filed for divorce, that she's living in Atlanta, Martell's living in Alabama, that they're no longer living in the house that's shown on the show. The house is up on the market, right? And as the viewer, it kind of left me feeling stupid, because I'm like, we're only 3 episodes in. Why am I even investing any time into this storyline when we know how this story ends? Like, it feels idiotic watching scenes with Melody tell Destiny, you know, me and Martell went through marriage and marriage is hard, you know, but we worked it out. Bitch, no the fuck you didn't. Apparently you didn't work it out. The shit fell the fuck completely apart because your ass don't file paperwork. It's like, it's almost as if they need to do y'all like they do them people on Survivor and put y'all ass in a hotel somewhere in Timbuktu until the season is over. Or put some sort of clause in y'all's contract that publicly nothing can happen that will alter the trajectory or the image of the damn show, with the exception of somebody dying. Like, honestly, as the viewer, own people, what are we watching? Like, with Martell and Mel's storyline, why should we, the viewer, waste any more time getting emotionally invested in this bullshit of them working together? Because he done finally kicked the peasant out and he done got back with the wife. But I guess they're the ones on TVs, but we're supposed to be the actors. So I'm just going to play along with the shit. Moving right along. The first thing that pissed me the hell off, Tisha, let me tell you something. Tisha, you a better woman than I ever be, because there's no way in hell a bitch would have put me out her event. I'd have been sitting there trying to bargain with her and beg a bitch to stay at a goddamn baby shower rental hall. No, God, honey. The minute that security man would have told me that she wanted me to leave, I'd have gathered my things and politely scrolled my ass the fuck up out of there, went home. That would have been the end of it and the end of her, okay? Then you had the nerve to take your ass out there getting a car. What the hell is you crying for? What is you crying for? This feels like high school where the little nerdy girl is begging the cheerleader girl to be her damn friend and she won't, and you go home and cry. Girl, get you some esteem. Get your damn self together. Rarely do I side with Marsau when he be collecting your ass and gathering you, but I was all here for him on the FaceTime, basically telling you, come home and fuck them. You sitting up there trying to beg this girl for friendship. Betty Wright said, listen, what is a man trying to tell you? What is these people trying to tell you? This woman is clearly trying to tell you she's not interested in being your friend, right? Now, here's the thing. here is the thing, because this could go two ways. Tisha, you did show up somewhere you weren't invited. You did. You showed up somewhere you were not invited. However, in fairness, y'all, we all know our friends, right? And we all know our friend circles. And if we were intimate friends, all things constant, like case in point, I got a friend right now that I ain't really talked to in a while, but when she get her PhD, and if I find out where the graduation party is, even though I didn't get an invitation, I'm going to probably show up at the party just as a gesture of, we haven't talked in a while, but I see you. And know that I've always seen you. And I'm proud, and here goes a gift. Now, I'm not finna go there for us to have no Iyana moment or nothing like that. So let's not act like it's so far-fetched that Tisha showed up to the event in an effort to show support. Okay, I get it. She was trying to do the girlfriend thing, and it was since I know we ain't been talking, I know it even, and let me just go show my sister I still love her. Melody took that as an opportunity to embarrass Tisha. That's what she did. And Tisha, I get that you were embarrassed. Kimmi, you walked out alongside her. Now, whether you came back into the party or not, we don't know. But you know, you got her off to her car. The way that you saw her off, it did feel as if you probably went back into the party. I guess we'll find out later. Mel then talks to Destiny. Y'all just hell-bent on forcing destiny on us. And I'm going to talk about that when I get down a little later. Or whatever the case may be. Yeah, that's fine. So, yay! We find out that Maurice and Kimmi did get Monster after all. That is a victory. One time for the small victories. That gives them a very interesting storyline. I still want to hear from, and forgive me for pronouncing her name wrong, Kiwana, I think it's Kiwana. I still would like to hear from her as the season goes on about how she's coping, about coming to visit Monster, you know, about Kimmi's feelings, about Monster being there. I hope that we get to see if what Kimmi feared in terms of Maurice not being active and her becoming a mom, a single mom all over again, if those things come true. But it did bring joy to my heart that Monster is there with Kimmi and Maurice, because that's what Maurice wanted. Now, as far as Maurice wanted Kimmi to quit her job, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I once was Maurice, and y'all have seen my development where I was at the point where everybody needed to be an entrepreneur, everybody needed to work for themselves. And I slowly had to realize, and a couple people checked me, and I've evolved and realized, like Kimmi said, everybody isn't an entrepreneur. Nor should everybody be one. If that's not where your skill sets lie, then that's not what you should be doing. Like, some people like the security of an every 2-week paycheck, and some people just like what they do for a living, and it happens to fall under a 9-to-5 structure, and nobody should be penalized for that. Leave that woman alone, Maurice. If she want to starve herself and let her blood sugar go low because she didn't eat on her lunch break and she riding there showing houses, then let that woman do it. You can't pressure her into quitting her job to do real estate or whatever the case may be. Let that woman get so overwhelmed with the real estate that the real estate will tell her it's time for her to walk away from her damn job. She's been doing it for 20-something years. That job is part of that woman's identity. She is Nurse Kimmi. Let that woman damn be. You just got that little piece of damn law degree. Damn nigga, how much money is you making over there? Okay, you just got it. You making starter lawyer money. Don't act like you just rolling in dough over there. You Donald Trump or somebody, and Kimmi gonna be somewhere cashing Trump checks. How about you get your shit together first for a little bit, and then when y'all got enough money put up, then that lady could go in there into her job and tell her people to kiss her ass that she going to show rental properties or whatever the case may be. But until then, leave that lady the hell alone about that damn job. We then switched to Marsau and Tisha building a plaza. So listen, you know, I am really, 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 really excited about all of the personal development that we are seeing amongst the different characters, right? Because last season, the look, the appearance, and what we were sold was the fact that it was the Hulks that had it going on with the construction, and that everybody else, they did a little yang, yang, yang around the house, but they didn't really have much of nothing going on. There was some implication that Marsau them had some money problems and the Hulks had to put up the majority of the money. It was glad to see that Marsau and Tisha got a plaza and they got it going on. I'm going to take a step backwards for a moment, and I actually want to applaud the hell out of Letitia for two things, right? Last season, they showed us Letitia being this weak, meager house mom that was begging for permission to do something more than go to Kmart and cook for kids, right? Now, we see this busy Letitia that got it going on, and it seems as if Marsau has come around just a little bit in terms of bending, in terms of allowing her to be a career woman. I will say this, I am in the Love and Marriage Huntsville group on Facebook where all of the cast, well, many of the cast members are very active in their posts. And Marsau did a post in that group that shut me all the way the hell up, because he just listed bullet point by bullet point by bullet point of all these accomplishments and things that Tisha has done in the past and is currently doing. Don't quote me, but it was like, Tisha owns this construction business. Well, we 100% built this plaza. She owns an apartment complex, 100% in her name. She just completed an MBA. She has built this project and did this project. And I'm like, oh, well, goddamn, baby. You have accomplished a lot, and I don't know, was you doing this when you were staying at home barefoot, pregnant, and breastfeeding kids? Because between last season and now, all of a sudden, your ass done drank some of that damn spinach from Popeye, and you have just conquered the world. But I just love to see that Tisha is finding Tisha, and we're going to have a conversation about Tisha finding Tisha. Where's my note? They had the conversation about Tisha going to the Women's Empowerment event and being the guest speaker. And I loved that. And then she started talking about Marsau having a cook dinner. And he complained that he had to cook dinner this night and had to cook dinner the night before. And I was like, you know what? But that's a long stretch from where he was. And Tisha, you need to acknowledge that this man has made a lot of adjustments from where he was and to now. Don't push him too hard, too fast. You got to slowly act. You got to ride it slow. Or if not, he'll come quick. You got to ride it slow. Those that understand. So anyway, they get down to the doctor's appointment, Martell and Melody. I must say, when I get pregnant, I'm going to Huntsville. I was going to go to Dr. Jackie, but I'm going to go to this lady because she is very funny. And I love when she told that joke about they already need to go through their first marriage, have kids, their first marriage practice, so she'll be ready for Martell in 10 years. I guess not only is she an OBGYN, but she's a fortune teller because Mama knew that this shit was not going to last. She was hilarious. Here, though, is the first place in the show, the second place where I got really triggered. Mel brings up the fact that she's tired of Kimmi being the mediator in some things. And I can understand her feelings. She has the right to feel this way. However, I think it's unrealistic and unreasonable to not expect Kimmi to be the mediator in the situation where y'all all started out as a threesome, right? And she just wants everybody to get along. Y'all were three couples that used to hang out, and she gets along with people on both ends of the aisle. Why would she not be the mediator? At this point, she's the bridge between the two damn groups. What I did not like, and I don't want to use any culturally insensitive slurs because I was about to call it all kind of F words and everything in between. I think that was some punk ass, low down, sissy ass, bitchy like, little schoolgirl on the playground shit that Martell did, trying to reduce Kimmi to a side chick, even bringing that up with that old carryover from the reunion Twitter gossip about there may have potentially been some overlap between when Maurice and Keo were dating and Kimmi stepped in, basically trying to imply that Kimmi was a low-key homewrecker or a side chick and was still messing with Maurice while those two were going together. That was some shit they had already cleared up on the reunion. And what's messed up about it is it feels like, Martell, your personal love and relationship life is all kinds of fucked up. And it feels as if now you are on a rampage and on a mission to pull down and throw dirt, soot, mud, and every damn thing else on everybody else's relationship and trying to say, look, it ain't just our household that's fucked up. They stuff fucked up. Look how she got with him when he was married. Marsau over that cheat. It's just real bitch-like. You know what? It just did not look good. It looked as if Martell is just reveling in bitch-like activity. Let me back up. The other moment when security was putting Tisha out, he just giddy like a little schoolgirl. Ooh, 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 oh my God, I can't believe, and I was just like, look at this little sissy. Just up there like a little sissy. Just all into it. Just going up too much for negativity. It's not a good look on you, sir. It's not. You got a lot of public relations you need to be doing with your fucked up ass attitude, your fucked up sense of self, your fucked up ass life, your fucked up moral compass. All of it is messed up and then some. And then you got the nerve to be treated. Oh my God. It's just, girl, what time we going to the gay club? I'm finna come here. Martell, be ready at 7, sis. I'll be around there to get you. Wear one of them tight-fitting suits you be wearing on the red carpet with the loafers and the ashy ankles, bitch. Tisha get ready to do her podcast. Now, is it me? Or Miss Wanda done hit the lottery and got Mary J. Blige stylist, bitch? Yes, God, honey. Wanda came in, baby. She had that hair fixed. She had that makeup done. She had that jacket bejeweled, honey. She had them tights on with the boots that came up over the knee and she squatted on it. I said, yes, God, Miss Wanda. I can tell how messy them boots is and your ass about to be messy on this microphone. And Miss Wanda delivered everything we needed her to do and then some. I'm going to tell you something. And, you know, and I would be interested in sitting down and talking to Tisha about this particular situation. Miss Wanda is of the belief that Marsau may have cheated on Tisha. Okay? It's obvious. She stated it. And she said it might not have been 20, but it might have been 1 or 2. In addition to Miss Wanda being of the belief, the rest of the viewing public, anybody with 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a half a foot or a diabetic leg, is also of the belief that Marsau has done some dirt out there by the way he has allowed and continues to allow Martell to do and say just about any damn thing he want to do or say to him without whooping his ass, because it feels as if Marsau is trying his best to keep the lid on that can. Marsau, if I was you, I'd just go ahead and tell Tisha whatever the hell it is you did. Make up some lie, embellish, downplay it. Let her know something so Martell can stop dangling this over your head and you can finally speak up and speak out the way you want to. Because it's just not a good look. It feels like at some point before all of this is said and done, that Tisha gonna end up looking real stupid in these damn streets. That's what it is beginning to feel like. I said it. I'm not sorry. I'm here for the people, and that's what this shit looks like. Miss Wanda said, hey, Melanie would have put her out there, bitch, she'd have slapped the shit out of her. I'm with you, but we classy based, Miss Wanda, and Melanie look like a call the police kind of girl. She already called security, and we ain't trying to get no felony messing around with Melanie. Okay, so now we not gonna be slapping people or whatever. But what I did not like that Miss Wanda is trying to call Kimmi's loyalty into question. You know, it's funny when people, especially when we're a threesome and two people are not getting along, they forget how their actions affect the neutral party. Kimmi is in a very sticky situation. Just because Mel and Tisha fell out does not mean automatically Kimmi is supposed to stop loving Mel, nor does it mean that she's supposed to just automatically take Tisha's side. Now, what makes things complicated is that by marriage, they are now family, and you know we've got family ties and family first and family over everything, and I get it, but this is just a very compromising situation for Kimmi to be in when she is trying to love and maintain relationships with both of y'all. And I think that for the sake of Kimmi, if both of y'all love Kimmi the way y'all do, y'all should try to reconcile y'all relationship to keep her from being in such a sticky situation. I think Miss Wanda is being very messy in vocalizing this because I think she is planting seeds in Tisha's head, and by planting these seeds, I think it's going to potentially cause an unnecessary divide between Tisha and Kimmi, and it's going to start placing doubt in the middle of their relationship where it does not need to be. It's going to make Kimmi start feeling a way about Tisha. It's going to make Kimmi start feeling a way about Miss Wanda. And what does Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, and everything look like when I'm cool with you, but I'm mad with your mama? I'm side-eyeing you about your mama back there talking mess. It's just a lot. Miss Wanda, you look good. But baby, I'm here to tell you, you a Tasmanian devil, because everywhere you go, mess follows, okay? You just a dust storm, a damn mess. Quiet as it's kept while I enjoy it as a viewer. You too goddamn old to be that damn messy, okay? You just messy. And I love the mess. That's for my sister Messy C. You just messy. Old mess ass old lady. That's why I don't mess with country over here. My grandma was from Mississippi, child. She used to drink that gin and dip her snuff and just sit on the porch and look at the cars that was going by and was just messy. Kept up most shit did a little bit. I guess I get it honest, honey. Going back to this, y'all forcing Destiny on us. Destiny come over to Mel house and they sitting there talking, child, and she, you know, I will say this. Destiny, you pissed me off the first episode coming at Kimmi sideways. And it's very obvious what's going on here. You know, Destiny and LeBaric have been pulled in so Melanie and Martell can have some allies because they're on the outs with everybody else. It's very obvious. You know, we see what's going on here. Destiny, I'm making a conscious choice at this very moment. I'm going to back the fuck up off you. I'm going to back up off you right now. And the only reason that I'm going to back up off of you is because after hearing you talk to Mel, you have a story to tell. The 6 miscarriages, which I'm sorry to hear about. But that needs to be talked about on TV because you're not the only woman who has gone through that. Not to mention, I think it's very interesting. You know, gave up your place, basically moving into your husband's bachelor pad, and the type of transition and stress that puts on you, coupled with being pregnant. You know, one thing that I do like about Love and Marriage Huntsville is that it has done a very excellent job about showing us marriages in different stages, having different issues, different configurations of marriage. And so I am going to back up off you a little bit, just because we do need to see that story be told or whatever the case. But what your ass gonna do is back up off of Kimmi with that petty ass bullshit, you and your chicken cooking ass husband. And for that, I do expect an email from you and your husband with a coupon that I can come redeem some chicken from wherever the hell y'all work, since it's so good. Everybody know I got family in Huntsville, and it ain't nothing for me to slide through there real quick and see what this chicken hitting for. You know, going back to my earlier point, Mel giving Destiny marriage advice, and she says me and Martell came through it. Y'all did it. I already went on my rant about us being invested in Mel and Martell's storyline, so I'm going to get on from that. Tisha practicing her speech in the mirror. I felt empowered. I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw Tisha practicing her speech, it reminded me, honestly, I had a color purple moment. What I saw was Miss Seeley, who was letting Mr. do his business on top of her, turn into Seeley's House of Pants, or whatever she ended up calling her store. We've seen Letitia blossom from a caterpillar into a butterfly, and I want you to know, sis, we see you. We applaud you. Don't stop. Get it. Let me see you shake them things, pop it, and doodle brown. We love it. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's weird because I understand that it could be very taxing dealing with such a traditional gender role type man like Marsau. You know, Marsau spit a little bit of poetry, and I can rock with it in saying, you know, Tisha, you're going on this rant about losing yourself, and he's taking it very personal. But when you do get married, you do give up half of yourself. You do give up, the other person gives up half of themselves for us to merge. And while that is true, but Marsau, despite me giving up half of myself, it's okay every now and again for me to remind myself who my whole self was, to put on my whole self costume every now and again, and to just step out in the world and just make sure that whole Letitia is still in there, even though I'm giving half to this situation. Allow her that. I don't think anywhere in that speech, in her verbiage, was she trying to imply that it's your fault she lost herself. You seem to have been taking it very personal, but I think, Marsau, you need to do a better job of listening. What, you know, the root of the situation is, Marsau, and you need to do away with who does what and what she's trying to do. The root of it is she was unhappy. That's what you need to be more concerned with. Not how it's worded, not how it manifests itself, not her wanting to do work and build buildings. She was unhappy. You don't even want that. What good is a happy wife? When it comes time to have sex, she just gonna lay there like a dead fish. She was unhappy, and as your husband, it is your job to make her happy. You have responsibilities that go far beyond paying the bills. And the reason why I take this whole paying the bills, being the man of the house thing so personal is because my father's from Grenada, Mississippi, grew up from very humble beginnings, and he had this same mentality. You know, he showed love with money. He busted his ass and he provided a great life for us. But I'm here to tell you something. You get no cool points for paying bills. You get no cool points for providing. That's what you're supposed to do. Children did not ask to be here, and you asked for my hand in marriage. You get no cool points for providing for me. And what good is it providing when you are leaving me emotionally bankrupt? Your responsibilities transcend working and paying bills. I'm sorry, bruh, they do. And I think that's the issue so much with Southern black men, because that's the way many of us are raised. That was the example that we saw. And just as long as we're providing, you know, we're good men. I provide. My wife lived good. The bar has been set so low for black men in so many instances, because if you think all you got to do is provide and you're winning, then my brother, you are sadly mistaken. There's so much more to being a good dad and being a husband than paying the bills. But surely you know that. Anywho, y'all, that's Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's all I have. Ain't got no more. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll call y'all later. Bah. Ooh, I feel much better now. I got all that steam off my chest.